The Linden Commission of Inquiry was this afternoon expected to dispatch those subpoenas to Digicel and the Ghana Telephone and Telegraph Company, requesting the phone and cell phone records for Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohi and Senior Superintendent Clifton Hicken. That would have taken place on July 18. Hicken had testified that he was never in contact with the Home Affairs Minister on that day, but the attorney for the relatives of the victims contend that there were at least 15 phone calls between the Home Affairs Minister and the Senior Superintendent leading up to the shooting incident at the bridge. And there were even more contradictions this afternoon as the Linden Commission of Inquiry hearings continued when Sergeant Rodwell English took the stand. In his testimony, he told the Commission that he was the head of a Linden anti-crime patrol that was sent out on July 18. He said that during the afternoon of the 18th, his patrol accompanied the TSU ranks to the Mackenzie-Wismar Bridge, where the TSU went into formation and its head, Assistant Superintendent Todd, read the proclamation before releasing tear gas into the crowd at the bridge. But where English's testimony became interesting was when he began telling the Commission that around 5:30 that afternoon, just as the TSU ranks were releasing tear smoke, he and part of his unit left to go to the GRA building after he received a call from Superintendent Hicken informing him that the GRA building was on fire. He said when they got there was a crowd and he released tear gas to remove that crowd. When that did not work, he said he contacted Superintendent Hicken, who told him to fire a gunshot, and one of his ranks did so into the air. He claimed another gunshot was fired and they later received a call from Hicken, again telling them of another fire, this time at the PPP building. He said there was another crowd there, and after a conversation with Superintendent Hicken, another shot was fired to clear that crowd. He said his unit tried to clear the roads and eventually returned to the Mackenzie police station. One of his ranks, who took out 20 tear smoke cartridges, returned with just 11. He said when he questioned what happened to the other cartridges, the constable told him that Assistant Superintendent Todd, who was in charge of the TSU, took them from him to use. Todd had testified that he took the weapons from his own TSU men to fire shots and tear smoke to disperse the crowd. English's story was clearly very different.
11 live cartridges was brought back by Constable White. Constable Danrad, sir.
Do you remember how many cartridges Constable Danrad left with?
Yes, sir, 20.
What became of the 9?
He informed me that they were used at the bridge by ASP Todd.
Are you aware as to on whose instructions Danrad handed over the 9 cartridges to Todd?
ASP Todd, sir. He told me ASP Todd instructed him and he collected it because their stores was cold.
Their stores was what?
Cold. It wasn't igniting.
Sergeant English will return to the witness box on Thursday to face questioning by the attorneys for the APNU and relatives of the victims. The commission heads to Linden tomorrow, Wednesday, to get a first-hand look at the scene at the Mackenzie-Wismar Bridge, where the 3 protesters were shot dead. Senior Superintendent Hicken and Assistant Superintendent Todd are expected to be there, where they could face even more questioning. And early today, the police force's videographer wrapped up his testimony. He told the commission that he was not in Linden at the time of the shooting, but was sent there to record the aftermath of the shooting and the subsequent protest action. He testified that the video recording he provided to the commission was a copy of the footage he took, but that it was not logged and the footage was not transferred to the DVD in the order that he shot it during his time at Linden.